Hello and welcome to a week in the life of a Cambridge student. I'm Jenny, and as requested, this will be a longer format video really getting into depth as to what I do as a student here. I really hope you enjoy.
Good morning. Okay, so you'll have just seen me whack out a few hours of work this morning. I woke up at 6:30 and it's currently just gone 10 o'clock and I have a meeting at 10:30 with my supervisor and the Sustainable Design Research Group. Basically, I'm just going to present my findings from my research so far, what I plan to do. I've just created a little presentation on how to do it. I'm interested to see how it goes because I think I've been quite ambitious with my own targets for what I'd like to achieve. We'll see what my supervisor says. You know what I always find hilarious about cycling into uni, especially after it's rained? It's the, I'm not sure if you can see, it's the like damp patches on my backside. Oh, it's so funny. But anyway, here we are at department. Coming in, time to present.
So my supervisions are run as small groups, and we do this in the Sustainable Design Research Group. Here I am presenting. There's a room of about 4 or 5 of us, and sometimes we meet on Teams as well. Then me and 2 of the others from the research group came back to Jesus College to have a cath lunch. Here we are. Hey! They hadn't been to Jesus before, so I also gave them a little tour. So that was super nice to have lunch. We just headed over to Jesus College because it was the closest out of our colleges. Just nipped back to grab a coffee for the afternoon. I'm gonna head back to the cafe, but it's cheaper for me to get a coffee at home. I can do some admin tasks for the week ahead in Roost. I really want to do a long run this afternoon, so either I'll do a long run before dinner or a long run after dinner. And then get on with doing some design work. I know I'm biased, but isn't Jesus just gorgeous as a college? Here I am just heading into the Roost bar, and you can see Jules just ahead there. We sat and did some work together, and then I got on with doing some individual work too.
Well, isn't this exciting? So I've come back from my study session in the cafe and I got post. I'm going to presume this is for my birthday that was at the weekend, but I thought I'd collected everything. So whoever sent me this, thank you. You just made my day. Oh! You honestly inspire me and amaze me, but also your kindness and the love that you show to everyone. You're so cute! Okie dokie, so I've had some granola and some yogurt to fuel me because I'm about to go on a run. It's looking lovely outside. Onwards and runwards. Is that even a term? Let's make it a term. Okay, so I've done my first hour and I'm coming past Tracy at the moment. Let's keep on going. So we are back from the run. I did 24 kilometers because, as I said at the start of the video, it was just my birthday at the weekend. 24 for 24. Went to Sainsbury's and I just made myself a little curry. Yes, I'm still in my running gear. I'm a bit hungry, so I'm going to eat and then have a shower and get back on with some work for the afternoon. Good morning, welcome to Tuesday. We've got a pink sky behind me. It's absolutely lovely. So it's 6:40 in the morning and I'm just on my way to triathlon training. We've got swimming at 7 o'clock. Okay, so swimming is done. I've got my little egghead on the move and fingers crossed. I think I left my mouse here the other day, so I'm gonna try and pick it up. I really hope it's here. Oh yeah, we have a mouse. Okay, so it's now 10 o'clock and I did my low level work this morning, so just checking emails, replying to all of those things, and now I'm heading to the library. I'm gonna do 2 hours of focused work before then calling Adriana and having lunch with Edith. So yeah, we need to get my head down this morning. Here you can see the current state of the grass in front of the library. So here's the library, and as I was saying in a previous video, I think this is going to become a little wild meadow, so that's going to be gorgeous. But for now, it's certainly a little bit muddy.
The library is so silent that I'm always a bit nervous opening my bag, but hopefully it wasn't too loud today.
Okay, so library done, and then I've just had a catch-up call with Adriana, who's in Australia at the moment, and now I'm gonna head over for lunch with Edith.
We headed to the market and then got this little burrito thingy. I think it's really cool because Edith's been going to the market to have lunch and she's not had the same thing twice yet. Amazing.
So we're on the move again because I'm heading to a workshop meeting with some architecture students and people from the Cambridge Urban Rooms. What I did want to say here is, just being totally honest with you, I think I've been working quite hard recently, sort of burning the candle at both ends a little bit, and it just caught up with me today. I was sort of really tired at about 4 o'clock, so this is so uncommon for me, but I took like a half an hour power nap and I didn't necessarily go to sleep. I was more just resting and like thinking, but you know, here's that sign to if your body says you need a little bit of a break, just take a break, you know, just do it. Half an hour is not going to kill anybody. Listen to yourself, and I think it's actually made me more energized for this workshop this afternoon, and so I'll be able to keep on working for the rest of today, so I think that's good. Anyways, let's go.
Classically, as students of architecture, we decided to rearrange the room to make it a little bit more collaborative, so we're all around this one big table.
Workshop done. Sounds like a super exciting day for Friday. So we're going to be working with some school kids and running a really packed day of site analysis, model making on an individual scale and model making on a group scale, and that's all going to fit into the school day. So we're going to get to site for 8:15 on Friday, but this is exactly the type of stuff I love to do.
I think one of the great things about being here at Cambridge is all of the opportunities that comes about from just being a student. So you can sign up to do any of these workshops, and you can sign up to do loads of talks or just loads of extracurricular activities like sports groups, dance groups, art groups, literally anything. And I generally find that there are so many opportunities that I just do not have time to go to everything, and so it becomes you have to really select the ones that you commit to, and this is something I'm really excited about. So yeah, if you're a prospective student, or even if you're just a university student, or just somebody in general, you know, try to carve out these times to do something that you're interested in. As a student, please enjoy another time lapse of me studying, but just look at my eyes here. You can tell I'm really getting into that reading. I find that so funny. Anyway, after that, I headed to this thing called Compline by Candlelight, which is a really short, I think it's about 15 to 20 minute service that we do at Jesus College Chapel. After the service, there's free hot chocolate, which is the best. That's exactly what I needed to fuel myself for a few hours more of creative work at the end of the day.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, approximately 7:30, and I'm on a really short morning walk, just something to get the blood going, get some fresh air, that type of vibe. I have to say, I'd highly recommend just getting out in the morning if you can. I find whenever I release myself to some sunlight, not that it's particularly sunny today, but you know, just getting that burst of fresh air and light in the morning. There are so many studies that have shown that it is really beneficial to you.
Okay, so I have a meeting now with somebody from Raft Architecture. I literally messaged them a few days ago on LinkedIn, so this is pretty funky. And I've done what I do whenever I have an interview with anybody, to prepare a few notes and a few questions, bit of background on themselves, on me, on my project, and then looking at the questions that I would really like to ask them. Anyway, it's literally in 5 minutes, so I'm going to leave you here and fingers crossed for a good meeting. Sometimes it can be quite nerve-wracking reaching out to people on LinkedIn, but just go for it. It can be so beneficial.
Okay, so that was just fantastic with Matt there. Really, really helpful to learn a bit more about the projects at Raft and to get some details on how they created both their graphics but also what are the limiting factors whenever they're designing schools, etc. It's really just building this better picture in my head of how these projects actually work in reality. I'm now on my way to my tutorial for the week. So we get about half an hour each with a design fellow, and yeah, I feel a little bit unprepared for this one. I did some work this morning. I don't think I filmed it, the sketches that I was doing last night, but we shall see how this all goes. On a side note, I also realised I've literally worn this jumper all week. Can you tell it's new, and can you tell that I am obsessed with it? It's Thursday, 6:30. Just made myself some breakfast, as you'll have seen. I'm gonna eat that, get through some emails, and then I'm gonna head for a swim at Jesus Lido. I'm really feeling like a way to kickstart my day, you know, so I think that's gonna be good. So it's a little bit of a drizzly day today, but do you know what? That's gonna be fine. I've got my dry coat on. Thank you so much, Mom. Got through some reading this morning. There's a really interesting paper by somebody from Harvard School of Public Health, and excitingly they're looking at the public health implications due to buildings, and one of their papers is also on schools. And this is exactly the type of thing that I'm looking into. So my research is basically combining decarbonisation targets with the potential for public health benefits, so that we can have schools that, you know, are just good environments. I don't think it has to be that complex, you know. All it is saying, let's build schools where people are happy, healthy, successful, and they're sustainable. And that's it. That's the project.
Anyways, to the Lido, and I challenged myself to do 5 lengths today.
There we go, 5 lengths done. You can't quite tell, but I'm definitely a little pinky from the cold fair. That was so good. I'm so glad I did that. Head over to the sauna, which is just in that hut behind me. Okay, so now that I'm all refreshed from my swim, I'm gonna try and do my ethics sign up. Basically, we will have to sign an ethics form before conducting our research, and I need to get mine done ASAP. I've got about half an hour before my next lecture, so fingers crossed I can do that in time. Okay, so update on the ethics form, and it is complex. Because I'm planning on working with school children, I have to produce 3 extra documents and then get these signed off before I then send that to get ethics approval. I'm not 100% sure how to do this, so I'm going to give it a good stab today. The boss. Then I'm going to send it over to my supervisor, and then we'll take it from there.
So I spent the afternoon in studio with some others and then headed back to Jesus for dinner. Here Blythe is showing us rowing from the day. She's currently doing bumps at the moment. Absolutely amazing.
I'm back from dinner, and that was just such a nice calf dinner with Jerry and with Blythe. Those guys are just so nice. So I'm on my way to the library. I'm gonna try and do one more report, like one more of the ethics reports. On that point, I really want to be honest here and say, for lots this term, I've tried to make the most out of what I'm doing here at Cambridge and on the architect course, but I still don't really have a building design yet, and it's been quite nervous actually saying that. I think part of the reason, sorry, just getting into the library here, part of the reason why I haven't filmed every single week here is because there's a little bit of me that is comparing myself to people at other universities on other master's courses. They have design projects every term, and for us here at Cambridge we have one design project across the 2 years, and so I really have done a lot of research, but I haven't done so much design work, and so it's a little bit harder to show you that stuff. But yeah, this is the honesty. So if you're a future Cambridge student and it's just before Easter, you still haven't quite got a building yet, I think it's fine. We've got this, we'll figure it out together. But anyway, because we're at Cambridge and because I'm doing research, I do have to do these ethics forms. So back to the library. Sorry for that ramble, but I hope it's kind of helpful. And especially with this week's vlog, I was trying to make it a little bit more long format as some of you guys requested. So hopefully this is helpful. Do let me know if you like these rambly style, like more in-depth videos, or if you do prefer the sort of more 7-minute long content. To the library.
So I sent off my ethics report to my supervisor, who turns out to be head of the ethics committee, so that was a bit of a fluke. And then I checked up on some of my tutoring work that I do called the Pelican programme. Let's not mention the time here. Back home to do some editing of this video. I would absolutely not advise this, but I just got really into editing there, and I got really into the ethics report. Now 1 AM, gotta head to bed because I run a school workshop tomorrow and I've got to be at the school for 8:15 and I need to make a presentation beforehand. So that's gonna be fun. No, I'm gonna have a great time. I know I'm gonna have a great time. Good morning, it's Friday, woo! Which means workshop day. It was not time to make coffee, and so I'm gonna have to do this without any coffee. Ooh, wish me luck. Also, it's starting to rain. I do have an umbrella, so I'm gonna go put that up. Bye! Come up to the co-op. Okay, I might pick up a coffee here. The workshop started with a site visit at the back of the school, then we had a nice tea break, which was good, and then a full afternoon of model making. And as you can tell, the classroom was lively, but it was a little bit chaotic too. What a day. Considering how rainy it was this morning, it's turning into actually quite a nice afternoon, and it's a Friday afternoon. So I've just messaged a couple of people from college and asked if they want to go for a pint, and everyone was like, sounds good. Guys, I messed up. It opens on a Friday at 5:30 and we're here at 4:45, so I'm going to wait for the others to get here and then we'll just pick a different pub, hopefully. Second pub of choice is the Pickerel Inn, which is just opposite Magdalen College. After the pub, Clara and I then headed to CAF to grab some dinner, and I was once again back in the library. Oh, so annoying! Just left the library and I think I've left my university card in there, which is my access, 1 back into the library, but 2 into my house, which means I'm now locked out of my house and out of the library. Oh, I know it's not like a major thing, I'm just going to walk back to the porters, get a spare card, put it back in, but it's just like, it's 10:30 and I've got to get up at 5:30 in the morning, and that's, oh shit, yeah, that's like 0 hours of sleep, yay. Oh, tragic. Just want to go to bed. Happy Saturday. It is 5:55 in the morning and I've got to leave by 6 o'clock. I'm going to try and get myself some breakfasts in a box if I can. Yeah, I'm off to the V&A museum with my boyfriend's mom. You know it's early when you're up and out and it's still dark outside. Oh, phew. But do you know what? I did get some sleep last night, so that is good. I know I ended yesterday on a bit of a annoyance with my cam card, but here we are. It is all good. I'm so excited to go to this exhibition actually. Cereal in a box working well on the bus journey. We've made it to London at 8 AM, so that's pretty impressive. Anyway, there's a Cafe Noro behind me and I am absolutely about to grab a coffee. This girl needs some caffeine. We can still have fun for now. Yeah, we can still have fun for now. We found Pippa! Woo! So we're just going to the V&A Museum, to the Tropical Modernism exhibition. There she is. If you've not been to the V&A before, I can highly recommend. So we went to 3 of the exhibitions on show, the Tropical Modernism, which is what you're seeing here, and then we took a glimpse into Chanel. And can I just say, if you're not into dresses, but you are into architecture, just the way that they planned out this exhibition was amazing. And then the final one we went to was the Diva show, grabbed some lunch, and then headed back to Cambridge. And we're back in Cambridge. Thank you so much, Pip, for such an insightful and just fun day out. So I quickly freshened up
just back at my room, and now I'm heading to the library. I'm gonna try and get a few hours of work done before heading to TJ's this evening. The primary aim, I think, for today's library trip is going to be to plan out my next week. I've got a really busy 2 weeks of deadlines, so I'm going to try and plan them out quite meticulously and try and prioritize what tasks I actually need to do compared to the ones that I think I'll have a bit more fun doing and then spend too much time on. So yeah, that's the plan.
So as I'm doing the voiceover here, I'm realising that I went to the library a lot this week and lots of the shots are the same. I'm sorry about that, but this really is just the reality of what a week in my life looks like. Lots and lots of studying and working, but every day is different and I do actually really enjoy it.
That was actually such a successful trip to the library. Just loving designing there. Haven't really come up with the final design, but I think I've got a decent concept for what I want to present in a week and a half's time. And honestly, that's good enough for now. So I'm thinking of creating this urban classroom. At the moment it's really sketchy, but I think I have a plan of how to take it forward for the next week and a half, which is fantastic news. But it's now 10 o'clock. Weirdly, I'm not actually particularly tired, which is great because I thought I'd be really sleepy. I think I'm gonna head to Tesco's because I haven't actually had dinner yet. I was planning on having dinner like whilst going out and stuff. I'm running a half marathon tomorrow, so I think it's wise if I grab something.
And the choice was a really quick and simple pasta, which I then followed up with some stretching just before the run tomorrow.
Happy half marathon day! Just before 8, and I'm going outside just to warm my legs up a little bit, check what the temperature's like. Got about 40 minutes until I need to be over at the start line getting ready, and then 2 hours of running. And we are good to go. People are popping up all over the place to do the run, so it should be really good. It's actually quite nice conditions. It was meant to be raining, but evidently not. It's nice and sunny. It's busy, it's muddy, and it's cold, but the energy is high. Look at this mud. It's quite something.
Who doesn't love a cheesy warm-up before a big race like this?
Just at the start line.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go! Woo! Loving the tune. Jolly, 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 jolly. 3 miles in.
The run's pretty cool because it goes through multiple colleges. Here we are at St John's College, and then we headed over to Trinity and finally to King's Parade.
Okay, so mile 5 complete, and we're just outside the apartment. There it is. Architecture. Pretty much halfway. There it is, mile 7. Coming into Grantchester now. Field of runners and fields of views. There it is. We've just had a jelly baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 9 miles done. Okay, we've made it through Grantchester. We're on our way back to Cambridge, and we're coming up to mile 10. Thank you! Not gonna lie, my legs are a bit tired, but 20 minutes, we got this. Just gotta keep on going that last little bit. Final mile, 3 Jesus. The crowds are great. Look at this, mile 12. Yeah, Jesus! Woo! Okay, mile 13, we're on the finish straight. Look at that, look at that. Let's finish to the end! Woo! How have we done? I really wasn't sure how that was going to go, but I think that might have been a PB. I'm going to check it in a second. That's so cool if it is. We're back at Jesus, and the amazing news is that was a PR, 1:45:57. Oh yeah.
Food was very much required at this stage.
After the race, went to brunch with a few other people from Jesus, and then I've literally just been back quickly, freshened up in the shower, and we're going to do a celebratory pint.
So that brings us to the end of this week's video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and if you got this far, please can you leave my favourite emoji, which is the like 3 stars emoji, or just a normal star emoji, in the comments, because I really want to see how many people actually get to this ending point. Because as I say, I'm trialling out this new format of video, and I'm really interested if you actually prefer this video length to a shorter, like 7-minute video. Anyway, that's the end of this week. It's been jam-packed, so I really hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye guys!